Slight delayed response in getting the stream started here as we were running around getting the other matches taken care of. This match, it's a Illinois versus Illinois match. We have Heartland Community College versus Highland Community College. Right off rip, Heartland will take the first goal. Going up 1-0 before the 15-second mark passes. A little bit of light here in the arena as well, so you can better see our team as they interact. Jacob bouncing around some aerials, finding himself a little awkward as he comes down, but they leave it in the Highland backfield. Highland looking to clear it around. Jacob ready on the defense, gets the 50, rolls it away. Keegan's going to take it over the heads. Bounces to the left corner, gets sent right back into Heartland territory. Jacob rolls it to the right side, looking to maybe get some play off the wall. Brings it over with an aerial, flicks it up, almost sets it up for Keegan, but just barely gets it knocked away by the Highland defense. Keegan sending it to the back right corner, looking to set up Jacob for a pass shot. Slight miscommunication between the two Heartland players as it gets knocked right down. Highland now looking to take their volley. Jacob sends it back into Highland territory, rolls it and gets it bounced up in the air as the partner, looks like it's the partner, pinches it. Keegan pre-jumping. Unfortunately, does not work. Jacob flicks it over, Clawface on the defense. Laughter in the arena as Heartland isn't quite sure what's going on at the current moment. Clad almost own goals, saves it on the defense as Clawface just sends the ball absolutely nowhere. Clawface guiding the ball up the back left wall. Bangs himself off. Jacob takes possession of the ball in the Heartland back right territory, sends it over the middle ground, heading straight to the goal, carrying it like a torch, but it gets flicked away last second in a desperate but successful pinch by the Highland Rocket League team. Keegan now carrying it over. Both Heartland players in the air, looking to cause some sort of distraction, unsuccessful. It gets sent back into their backfield. Highland rotating it around, looking for some sort of opportunity to get through the Heartland defense, but so far unsuccessful. Clad flicks it up and jukes it over the Highland player. Gets into the air, flicks it again, but unfortunately the line is not there. Highland takes the possession back, but Jacob in to bounce it right back and completely stump them. Demo on the field as Keegan takes out Clawface 23. Jacob sending it over. Not quite sure what he's planning on doing there. Clawface in for the easy shot, though. We'll tie it up at 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first game. Back to the kickoff. Highland sends it to Heartland territory, but Keegan will send it out of their goal. Both Heartland players up in the air, bump each other out. Not necessarily sure what their plan is with this current game strategy. Reaper's going to come over and take the lead over Heartland 2-1 with 1:48 left in the first game. Off to the kickoff once again, 1:43 now remaining in the first game. Doesn't take too long, though, for Keegan to come on in and tie it back up for Heartland. Heartland fakes it on the kickoff. Jacob ready on the wall. Keegan, though, will bounce it towards the goal but barely miss off to the right. Keegan gets demoed by Reaper at 11:55. But as you can probably hear Jacob yelling out of confusion, it looks like we have an own goal. As you can see here, Keegan bounces it in the air. And yes, in fact, it was an own goal. All right, Heartland now takes the lead 3-2 with 1:27 left in the game. Keegan on the kickoff. Correction, Jacob on the kickoff. Sorry, my eyes are everywhere, as it is my job to not just run this broadcast, but also to make sure all the other teams are going. Keegan. Oh, looks like they are down a player. Clawface has disconnected. It seems that we have a bot Marley in to replace Clawface. Okay. Keegan rolling it around, the bot chasing him. Heartland pinches it down the field, but unable to really get it further, but it does roll past the halfway point. Jacob in reverse on the wall. Keegan bounces him out of the way, wanting to take over on the reins, but not necessarily sure what's going on here. But by the looks of it, Heartland will take this first game as they spike it down. For those of you at home, we are going to try AutoCam. This is a feature to kind of see what else is going on here from maybe a different perspective than what you're probably used to. Looks like we have Jacob carrying around the ball out of Heartland territory. Keegan now trying to flick it back over. Ball gets bounced in the air, floats over the Highland goal. Keegan pulls off a fake, but it is unsuccessful. Jacob nearly own goaling it. Keegan now on the offensive, picks up some boost, tries to get it around Highland, is somewhat successful as it bounces it up to Jacob. Jacob floating it in, but unfortunately Highland's going to be there on the defense to knock it away. And then at 4:07, that'll be Clawface in for the goal, putting them up 1-0 over Heartland. Back to the kickoff. Ball rolling through Heartland territory. Keegan off the wall, sends it towards Highland's goal. Jacob, for some reason, sends it back, bounces it back up into the air.
Oh my god, I just got a trainer on.
Jacob gets demoed by the other team. Jacob back into the game, runs over, picks up the boost from the right-hand side, floats it into the air, kind of dances around the ball. Keegan almost coming in for the snipe, but just barely misses below. Reaper rolling it off of the wall, gets sent over to Heartland's back right corner. Ball up in the air, sends it over and through. Anybody's ball, so Jacob's going to pick it up, carry it over. Keegan looking to juke it out over Highland, but unfortunately they will miss, but the ball gets scrambled across to Heartland's left-hand side. Keegan and Jacob still trying to find some sort of way to get the ball back towards Highland territory as it gets bounced around like a ping pong ball here in the arena. Rolls up the wall. Keegan off the wall. Jacob. Keegan almost able to just carry it in, but barely misses. Jacob sends it back into Heartland's back left wall, carrying it over the wall. Brings it down to Keegan, who sends it into the back left corner of Highland. But the ball will get scrambled once again up in the air. Highland sending it back over, holding up some sort of small defense over Heartland. Almost carries it in on the wall. Clawface 23 tries to juke it past Keegan, but Keegan says, "Not in my house," as it gets sent back and forth up for Jacob. Back to the kickoff once again. Heartland trailing behind by 1 point, 2-1, 42 seconds left in the match. Keegan with the demo on the wall behind the goal. Jacob almost carries it in. 20 seconds remain. Will Heartland get this last goal? They need to tie it up, maybe send it into overtime with the time that remains. They sure will, as Jacob comes in and just dunks it in. 2-2, 12 seconds left in game one. As we've discussed before, plenty of time left in this game for something to happen. We've seen Heartland do the overtime last second scores so many times in the past. It is absolutely doable. Keegan comes in for a save on the game. 5 seconds remaining. As the ball is floating in the air, will Heartland be able to keep it alive for long enough? They won't. It goes into overtime. 2-2, Heartland and Highland. Ball in Heartland territory. Highland looking to seal the game. As time keeps counting up, 30 seconds now into overtime. Keegan jukes out the Highland player, but barely able to try to sneak it through. Almost. Keegan rolling up the wall, looking to direct it back to Highland territory. As Highland comes in and spikes it on through him. Jacob now on the offensive, a little bit more successful on maneuvering it into Highland territory. Back right corner, looking to set it up. Unable to, as Highland comes in and smacks it off of the top of Jacob's car. Looks like it's Keegan now on the attempt. Unfortunately, doesn't go through. Gets smacked back into Heartland, but right back into Highland territory. Clawface sending it through. Gets bounced around towards the goal. Almost a Heartland score. Reaper 155 sending it through, but Keegan on the defense. Jacob sends it away. Can he readjust in time to maybe get this last score in to seal this game? Unfortunately, it'll smack off the left side of the goal. Reaper bouncing it around. Clawface takes over control of the ball. Looking to score in Heartland territory, but unable to as they bounce off the side. Keegan and Jacob trying to find some way to end the game, but Highland having solid control over their own goal. Keegan jukes it past, but it gets smacked back down by another one of the Highland players. Jacob spiraling it in, but there's no openings, minimal power coming off of these shots at the current moment. Heartland needing to find some sort of way to readjust. And knocks it off of the top bar, but Jacob will come in to score and seal the game 2 minutes and 35 seconds into overtime. 3-2 Heartland. Slight confusion here as Clawface asks if we are replaying a game. Unsure what this is looking like.